When we started looking at scoreboards, Jenny, our AD, came to us with the idea about the video boards. I was skeptical because we are a smaller school. You know, I really didn't think that we would be able to make it work. Jenny had been at an AD conference and had talked to Daktronics a little bit about their products, opportunities for our kids, the marketing things that Daktronics can help offset that cost, ideas for partnering with those businesses.
And so for 1 week, I spent a lot of phone calls, had a lot of meetings, and within that 1 week raised almost $220,000.
She had lined up enough sponsors to pay for both the outdoor and indoor project. Centennial Public School District is located in eastern southeast Nebraska. We're a consolidated school district that's made up of 6 communities. The largest of those 6 has just under 900 citizens. It's mostly a farming community with a little bit of manufacturing in it, very rural. Our school enrollment bounces around between 390 and 410 students. That's K through 12, all under one roof. We are in the 3rd smallest class in our state when you're looking at sports and things like that. Our athletic director, Jenny Wagner, came to the school board. She informed us that our football scoreboard was getting to the end, if not past its useful life, that we were going to have to replace it.
Honestly, all season last year, we were kind of like fingers crossed that it was going to turn on. So that's kind of where we were at, knew that we needed to get a new one upgraded. They kind of set a little bit of money aside, but it would just be for a basic scoreboard. Then I went to the Nebraska AD's meeting. Brandon, who was the local rep for Daktronics, started talking about a curriculum based on the video boards and being able to run them just like what is used in the next level collegiate or even professional areas. My eyes opened up to the possibility of a video board. I brought the ideas back from Daktronics, brought the ideas back from a few other competitors, and just kind of threw it out there.
It scared us a lot, but she had a plan.
Let's go see what Daktronics is about. We know that the cost might be a little bit more, but if it's going to benefit students, let's see at least what the possibilities could be for our kids.
We wanted to kind of see what the company was like. It was a great trip, although it snowed more than we thought it was going to.
So in a blizzard, we drove to Brookings.
Going up and seeing how Daktronics is run, the type of people that work there.
Show us all of the different testing that they do. Took us through the facilities.
The components are built right there, even like next door to where things are put together. Not a lot of things brought in from other countries. And the fact that Daktronics has been in business for over 50 years now, we felt confident in the quality of the product. We'd be supported if we're having issues.
Even though we were a small school, it didn't matter. We were just as equally important as anybody else, and that the people made us feel that way. And so that was really helpful, knowing like, wow, we're gonna have all this support. We have a local rep, somebody that's gonna be willing to come out and help us, kind of guide us along the way.
The thing that probably sold us the most was the curriculum that they've been developing for our kids.
Game changer. Like, holy cow, we didn't realize that this is what it could be for our school.
Once she told us about the curriculum that could be added that we needed here at our school, we were able to see what Daktronics could provide, what the kids would be doing.
This is gonna last us a long time, so we wanna go with what's the right thing. Daktronics is who we wanna go with. We can't go with anyone else. If we wanna prepare our kids for the next level, we need to go with Daktronics. Now we got to figure out how we can get it. We reached out to Chris. He put together the marketing prospectus. This is how many sponsors I think that you can get at each level. Ask your principal to do these things for the prospectus. Ask your superintendent to get you these things. You need to do these things as the activity directors. It's not just about them being a donor, but it's about them being a partner with us. And what are we going to do to show that partnership?
She told us she was going to talk to some businesses, see if she could raise some funding for it to make it affordable.
Within that 1 week, raised almost $220,000.
She had lined up enough sponsors to pay for both the outdoor and indoor project.
Not only did we cover the board and the cost of the payments that we need to make each year, but we also are generating just a little bit of revenue that we get to put back into our budget to be able to give back to the students and increase what we're able to do for them.
It was an obvious win-win. awesome from a budgeting standpoint. We were thrilled with what she was able to bring to us. We actually raised our prices because we thought the value was better. I was worried we might lose some advertisers. We've lost a very small handful, but we've more than made up for it. So our advertising revenue is up almost 20% just in the first year. And so I think next year our opportunities are even greater. Once they actually come to games, they see it and they realize what they can do with it.
When we were reviewing the different sponsorships, the anchor sponsorship looked out to us because we are a 5-generation bank, and so we kind of run everything through the community. It was a great marketing plan for us and how we were able to see everything broken down of what our investment was going to be. They have a marketing class that they have created through this, so everything you see on the scoreboards are ran through the kids.
In a smaller school, the electives, it's sometimes a challenge to get kids pulled in, but they were really excited.
I heard that we were getting the video board here at Centennial and I was super stoked. I had to fit into my schedule. I was gonna drop a class if I had to. It doesn't even feel like a class, it just feels like something fun you're doing at school to help promote everything going on around you.
We really enjoy the Daktronics curriculum. Everything's laid out great. There's activities and assessments, related topics that you can use. I think you can easily get started using this curriculum. You can put on a great show, but you can make it even better the further in and the more that you dig into it.
We have learned how to make our own graphics. We've learned how to put videos on the video board, use audio on the video board. It's really enhanced the whole thing and we are just learning more stuff each day.
Sometimes there's things that we don't know that they figured out, which is awesome.
For homecoming, we made a biography video for the homecoming candidates. Instead of the announcer reading off their bio, they're saying their own bio in a cool video up on the video board. We made a video for them in the elementary and they're going to see themselves up on the video board today and they'll think that's cool.
The kids seem to love it and they're engaged and they're really proud, really proud of their work. We're really lucky that our anchor and premier sponsors are coming in and talking to us. We're doing some ads for them and the kids ask the questions. We're talking about branding, we're talking about graphics, we're talking about advertising.
There's so many different aspects that are included in marketing. But it's just something that's not always offered in a high school environment, especially in a small school like us. And so this is a great opportunity to get those kids involved.
They learn so much in this class that I think will benefit them. The more that we can expose them to kind of what a real world situation would be, the better.
There is the baby steps and there's the training and there's the learning, but then the kids are gonna be able to just expand and grow and honestly do things that probably we don't even know how to do as the teacher. We didn't necessarily see that in our competitors. It was not a program that was conducive to kids being able to easily control.
Because we really want our kids to be running the show and not us.
Learning show control has been fun. It's a really easy layout. You can label the buttons how you want it so you know what to click and when to click it. You can color code it. You can make different folders so you don't have just an overload of buttons on one page. It's really easy once you get down to it.
I think you should definitely take this class because it gives you a great outlet to learn how to run show control and use the same technology that the pros are using.
The fact that so many colleges and even pro teams use Daktronics did factor in. If that's something they are interested in, then when they go on to college or eventually a career, since it is so commonly used, that's a great thing for them, makes them more hireable.
Which is really cool to think that there's jobs using the same stuff we use now.
They already have a portfolio together that they can show. That's some amazing stuff right there. You just can't find that everywhere. So we're very lucky. We feel very lucky that we have something like that for the kids. You know, the parents, I don't think they knew exactly what to expect, but I think it's very fun for them to hear the kids are actually doing things and then they're able to show it to the whole community, which is amazing. And I think that makes the parents really proud, and it definitely makes the student proud to know that they did that.
I want to go to college for this and I want to pursue a career in it, and I would go to a college where it would have a Daktronics board.
It's very interesting to watch the crowd. They understand now that the kids are running the system.
It's really fun. It's almost like being a part of the game itself when you put up a cheer or a spike or something like that.
The students who maybe aren't in the sports, they can be a part of the sports.
It's really awesome when the fans interact.
The fans look at the screen. They're waiting for it. They want to make sure the kids that are operating it are on their toes, and it's like, did you see it? Did you see it? And we also will turn and we'll look at the kids because They're sitting at the top row of the bleachers running it. We let them know, it's like, that's good, do that again, or maybe they can build on that and make something that's close to that and add to it, which is pretty cool. That goes back to the creative part.
And that just builds to our list of stuff that we haven't even touched yet.
You see the kids, they enjoy what they're doing. Watching the kids' imagination each week as we go to events and see the screens and everything they add.
Oh, I wish that we had this, that it just kind of brings the environment just to a whole nother level.
It makes it more like an event.
The fan engagement or the enhancement that this has brought to the games is second to none. And so we hear it from the crowd and the community, even though we've only had 3 or 4 home games so far, just the excitement that they have around it, or talking about getting to see their kid up on the big screen.
It's almost a dream come true, because the only time you'd really think about it is if you would play in the pros or at college. It's really cool to experience it.
And I think that that's awesome for our small school to be able to have an environment of a big school.
If I was going to give another school district advice, what I would tell them first of all is don't be afraid to think big. Don't get hung up on the initial price or the numbers that you hear, because I think there's opportunities you don't realize. There were certainly opportunities to fund this that I never realized, and I've lived here my whole life. You want someone to spearhead it who has big dreams, big goals, big vision. That really helps sell it. It helps sell it to potential sponsors. It helps sell it to your administrators. It helps sell it to your school board.
It's okay to be afraid, and it's okay to think like, I don't know how I'm gonna do it. Have that open mind and don't be afraid of a no.
Daktronics was very helpful and answered a lot of the questions. Even the adults are learning through this process.
Listen to what Daktronics has to say and take a look at what they do to help you with getting some of that advertising revenue.
Businesses stepped up, individuals stepped up to help pay for it. They look at it as, this is what you do at Centennial. Is you do things right, we do them well, and we support the kids in the education.
You would be surprised how much people really want to support the kids and see them grow.
The whole education piece that having a video board provides to your students.
Know that it can be possible. You know, we didn't have a class that even would remotely relate to anything that we would do with this, but we decided we're gonna add it and see where we go. We're a month in, and the things that the kids are doing, the kids will surprise you.
We started off wanting the technology, but the curriculum was the hidden gem, and I hope it really grows.